All right, a couple of things. Sorry about that. A couple of things here, you guys. I drove to another side of town today, and I take the side streets. I never go on the expressway when I'm normally when I'm heading from like near the lake out to the northwest side ish. Okay, out to the west of the city. How's that? And northwest side. And I kind of know what's going on right now after watching all the news and stuff like that. I mean, we have Johnson, okay, who took a 2-term pledge, and I said to myself, "There's no fucking way in hell that dude." He was in with McCain. He's in with Miss Lindsey Graham. I believe he sits on the Judicial House or Senate Judicial Committee, Judiciary Committee, or has at one point anyway. Still could be. I don't know. I haven't been following the Senate right now. I pretty much know how I mean, nothing decent's going to happen. I know that sounds very defeatist, but through the inner city, okay, through the hood, okay, central city, urban area, whatever. I mean, the signage in my neighborhood makes me want to vomit. Well, here's something to remember. The city of Milwaukee, we had issues in the last one. I've got to speak somewhat in code. I mean, I saw it happening. And now the side of town that I'm on right now, I mean, with all the like the talk about like H to N, that movie. Hope you guys are following this. When Johnson has a black candidate, if it's a black person running and you're in a majority black city, majority where whites are, at least the last time I checked, not the majority, they're going to come out in force to vote for him. And they're going to vote for him no matter what. They're going to vote for him for one reason. Because of the way he looks. I don't, Madison ditto that. That place is a hellhole too. And it's almost as big as Milwaukee right now. It's expanded out into the farm fields and all that shit. It's just so fucking liberal. It makes me so fucking sick. There's 2 things that happen there. Healthcare and government and the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I mean, you either work for the education, the university system, the government, or the hospital. But the hospital is part of the university system. So, okay. It's just sick. And then you have the population upstate. But I do see there's what might happen, which I believe was the same thing as 2020. It's just going to be like crazy. I have so much information. I am actually so irritated right now. I'm feeling like not even going. I'm going to, but the point is that there's so much coming at me that it's like, fuck it. I'm sick of this shit. That's how I feel. Let's get this fucking day over with. Let's fucking figure it out. I don't want to wait 10 weeks. I want to know right away. I don't know if that's going to happen. There's probably going to be a bunch of shit that's going to come in. Afterward. And I'm just like, I'm sick of it. It's just like all over everything. It's all over Twitter. It's all over everything. So, I mean, it's just like this area is just going to be fucking crazy. Now, hopefully, I can get in right away. If I have to wait in line, I'm not going to be happy. We'll see what happens. I'll go. I mean, I'm in person. I'm not going to mail something in. That's fucking crazy. I don't know what's happening to that. 2016 primary, the machines, I voted for Trump. According to a tweet I had, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Well, Reince had it taken care of for Ted, and that election was called before the polls were closed. When I put the ballot in, it kept spitting it out. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then everybody can see who you voted for, which made it even more, if you think these people aren't looking, think again. They're looking right at it and they're seeing the line you drew. And it spit it out a second time, spit it out a third time. Then the guy took the cover off, did something to it, and then it went through. And I was like, I was so uncomfortable with that. I just was like so uncomfortable. And then, so I waited in line for like 3 or 4 hours. So I was prepared during the general election to have the same lines and all that shit. But there wasn't anyone there. But there were 2 people in a corner of the room, very liberal area, just discussing, that were running the place, discussing 2 middle-aged women, one white, one black, in discussion, having serious discussions, very upset. No one showed up. Possibly in part because MSNBC or one of these channels CNN or something had it called, So I don't know what happened. So this guy recently had, which you're not finding when I do this. Oh, okay. So back in 2020, Johnson was like, didn't say one word about anything that was going on in the race. Not one. Oh, it's fine. It's free and fair. Blah, 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 blah. And now suddenly, when his ass is on the line, it's different. I'm reading an article. It says Senator Ron Johnson won't promise that he'll accept election results, alleging they might attempt to CHEAT in this year's contest. But Ron, you didn't say anything about 2020. Or excuse me, 2020. I'm sorry. Then you have this fucking fool, lingerie party. And by the way, that HG Tudor dude, I shouldn't be slamming someone else on this channel, but I do it all the time. He's a total anti-Trumper. He's a dick face. I wouldn't listen to his videos at all. I'm sorry. I'm saying that for a reason. Because the comments he makes about the best thing that happened to this country in decades and decades and decades piss me off. How's that? I can't believe if this was the shoe were on the other foot. So this guy, he has ties to lingerie party bearing ratchets that barred ratchets from attending. All ratchets will be turned away. What's a ratchet? Oh, it was immature. You can't even find information. To my knowledge, he was tagged as the co-host, but he doesn't really remember. And there's nothing made of it. Tagged. Oh, he was just tagged as the host. Facebook screenshots were published by local media outlets show that, all right, I believe okay, look at this. Okay, what the fine fuck? Okay, I want to see the screenshot. Where the fuck is it? Because if it was Trump, it would be all over the place. All ratchets will be turned away. We don't have time for it. Vicky's was a reference to Victoria's Secret. Somebody said it's a recession, so if you the baddest, it may be a stimulus package for you. Okay, where are what may I ask you a question? So I'm forced to look at this no matter what. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, I got distracted. If you the baddest, it may be a stimulus package for you. For the girl going the hardest in her Vickies. What does that mean? The Facebook event said that bouncers at the door would be handing out free choke slams and sleeper holds to men who showed up, and that is a Vicky's secret party. Why would you want to roll the ground with a dud anyway? He's and by the way, this dude creeps me out. There's something wrong with him. Doesn't he look evil? They both are. I have no choice. Barnes' campaign pointed to the lieutenant governor's previous comments. Yes, but he's the lieutenant governor. He previously told the AP he was not the driving force behind the party. Now, can you imagine if this was Trump? It was immature. It was a 9-year-old. It happened 9 years ago. Look at this one. You want to know what creepy as fuck is? This thing needs to stop. I just don't want this here. I mean, I want this out of here. Okay, so let me do that. Look at how creepy he is. You should see his body. This man is frightening. Oh, but he's Jesus. He's kind of looking up a little bit. Okay, let's go to the back and let's just get this out of here. Can we just get this? Okay, hang on a minute. Let me finish first. This is just making me very distracted. What makes it even worse? There were no complaints. It was just a party. That's what they want to use. It's desperation. It's not desperation. It shows what your character is. Plus, you haven't paid your taxes. You haven't paid property taxes. Sort of, and something like to do with your parents give you money or some shit. And you're lieutenant governor and you have a per diem and all that shit. Well, fuck you. And then, and by the way, I've done about 5 minutes on this guy. I was just checking to see what the poll numbers were and all the shit. What disturbs me even more is that it was on September 11th. What is a ratchet in the Urban Dictionary? This is how Urban Dictionary, is that an ugly woman? I'm sorry. Ratchet, right? No, ratchet. Is that a woman? Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Someone or something as nasty and unappealing. So in other words, if the woman isn't attractive enough, they were turned away. So that's sexist. Right? Isn't that misogynist? Isn't that something that Donald Trump would do? Yet he's not being called out on this at all. If someone called me a ratchet, I'd be offended. But he's okay. Then there's something else. There's another video that I wanted to. I'm just going to show you a sneak peek of it. It's this guy, Harry Vox, filmed in 2014. He's predicting the future. And this is from March 2020. So you can sort of guess what that is. Okay. So I'm done. This is just fucked up. This whole thing is. I don't even care anymore. Now I'm just like, fine, you're going to take the whole country down anyway. What the fuck's the difference? Doesn't that sound like shit? That's how I feel. I've never felt that way before. Well, no. I've felt that way since JSIX 2020. I'm like, well, that's it. Okay. And I'm right. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I still think that what I find to be really weird is how all of a sudden Ron Johnson's like, I don't like his character. I don't like the way he looks. I can't stand the sound of his voice. That's how much I dislike him. And I've never been able to receive one piece of mail from his office. I've called his office. I give my name. I give my address. Please, can I please have a written response? Honestly, I used to get these all the time. I used to have them in the mail every couple months. Thank you for calling our office. Bah, 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 bah. So I guess he's special. And I'm not worth his time, even though I campaigned for the little fucker. So I'm just dumb. Okay, and don't forget to click on that link.